Friuli Venezia Giulia, a little Europe in the middle of Europe. Stretching from the Alps to the sea, a region steeped in history, beautiful scenery, and good taste. Climates, horizons, microcosms, all packed into 7,845 square meters. From the Mediterranean's northernmost lagoon to the peaks of Friuli's Dolomites, a UNESCO heritage site. Flat country, hills, mountains, and water in its every shade, all within an hour's drive. Extraordinary contrasts. The desert-like moorland of the Magredi, the limestone plateau of the Karst, a line of what are some of the world's most important springs. Friuli Venezia Giulia, a unique meeting ground, the only place to see the convergence of the three great peoples of Europe: Latin, Slavic, and Germanic. A land where the silence of nature, cherished by man, speaks 4 languages. And where culture has left marks dating back thousands of years, a legacy to the world, from the Roman and early Christian heritage of Aquileia to the Lombardic treasures of Cividale del Friuli. Here, the welcoming Venetian grace of Udine and Pordenone lives alongside the Mittel-European atmosphere of Trieste and Gorizia. And as villages, fortress cities, abbeys, villas and castles reveal themselves to enthralled visitors, this voyage of discovery is pervaded by the borderland feel of a unique civilization. Friuli Venezia Giulia, a region protected and cultivated with passion. A region that Fred Plotkin from the New York Times called Italy's secret garden, the Blessed Land, home to one of the most refined food and wine cultures in the world. Friuli is a medley of the beautiful and the delicious, and the locals' deep fondness for their land translates into an appreciation both for detail and the big picture, expertise, and architecture. They take an all-inclusive approach to vine growing and winemaking, with an A to Z production and control chain. From the roots to the glass. Friuli is the global heart of vine plant growing, the certified rooted vine cuttings nursery, which meets over 60% of domestic demand and caters to the most exacting markets worldwide. Vine growing is a vocation in these parts, one emblematically portrayed in the refined friezes of the Lombardic temple Tempietto Longobardo. It qualified as a discipline in the 19th century, back when Gorizia was one of the wine capitals of Mittel Europe, and such illustrious names as Teodoro de la Tour, Alberto Levi, and Louis Pasteur were conducting their research and experiments in the Collio and Isontino areas. A tradition that has consistently broken new ground and is now focused on achieving strict quality and efficiency objectives, on making the most of its unique terroir, and on environmental, economic, and social sustainability. A tradition built on collective efforts and individual skills, a system approach and creative challenges, all the while dealing with an extraordinary variety of districts, a diversity further compounded by the changing seasons and the captivating mosaic of the Friuli Venezia Giulia DOC zones. Friuli Grave, essence of sky and earth. Friuli La Tisana, beyond the Tagliamento towards the lagoon. Friuli Agna, a vineyard wafted by the scent of the Adriatic. Friuli Aquileia, 2,000 years of winemaking tradition. Friuli Isonzo, the valley of the Isonzo, the Emerald River. Friuli Colli Orientali, noble hills and wines of age-old distinction. Collio, rolling hills home to the masterful white. Carso, wine growing that defies the odds and indigenous gems. A universe of wine landscapes that express themselves in a similarly astounding variety of top-quality produce. Beyond the differences, details, and nuances, experiencing Friuli Venezia Giulia's wines for the first time equates to experiencing a unique civilization. One whose essence is locked inside a glass of Friulano, the versatile indigenous wine that symbolizes the region's winemaking achievements. Our land speaks Friulano, a phrase that represents a wine, a language, Friulian, a lifestyle, a constant pursuit of authentic quality. Well-established, innovative, world-renowned. The excellence of the Friuli Venezia Giulia whites never fails to amaze. The international greats, Pinot Grigio, Sauvignon, Chardonnay, and Pinot Bianco, bear testimony to a rare sensitivity of interpretation and are produced here with perfect classical balance, albeit with an unmistakable local twist. With this long-earned experience, the region's winemaking is venturing successfully down new paths, offering trendy young wines like sparkling Ribolla Gialla and Prosecco. In Friuli Venezia Giulia, fresh, glamorous passion goes hand in hand with the timeless tradition of Friuli's noble sweet wines. Those Ramandolo and Piccolit favorites, rare indigenous meditation wines that earned their place in the courts of Europe and among the world's elite food and wine connoisseurs. In this rich scenario, we see reds gradually enjoying newfound popularity, from authoritative international wines like Merlot and the Cabernet Franc and Sauvignon varieties to niche indigenous wines. Subtle provocations that invite direct contact with Friuli Venezia Giulia's winemaking world and encourage visitors to dive into the charming wineries, farm restaurants, and authentic taverns that dot this region. This is the only way to fully appreciate a wine culture that is such an integral, deep-rooted, and welcome part of everyday life. In a land that still combines a healthy spirit of conservation and an intimate sense of hospitality. Friulano, tipicamente friulano.